Hey, this is Vik JC, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the best things to sell on Amazon FBA in 2019. Now, there are so many different rules that you need to apply and follow when you're first starting out on Amazon FBA. Whether you've already launched your first product or your second product and you're on your third product, then all these rules actually apply to you still, because you haven't been in the game for long enough, you haven't released enough products to get that experience to really understand which products you can actually go ahead and launch. So I'm here to come and tell you the best products to sell on Amazon FBA in 2019. Now, I have my book here with me that's going to, my book, which is going to help me go through the 5 different things that you need to know when you're selling on Amazon. So here are some of the best things, here are the tips, and here are the things that you should avoid and head towards. So the first thing that I wanted to go through is make sure your product is small. Now, I know you've probably heard this before, but I'm going to give you a little bit more detail onto how small or how large this product should be. You need to make this product as small as you can possibly get it. Now, Amazon have some rules where if you go above some of these sizes, these dimensions that they have set out, then you will be charged a larger amount of money. And if you are charged a larger amount of money, it means your profit margin will be lower and your overall profit at the end of the month and end of the year will be lower too. So if you could do your product research that heads towards a small product, it's much more ideal and much cheaper for you to ship over and store in Amazon's warehouse. So the dimensions that you need to know about, you ideally want to make sure that your product is less than 16 inches by 9 inches by 4 inches. Now, if you keep this towards this size, then your product will be in the ideal size range. Now, if you're really struggling to find products and you have to go slightly bigger, you want to make sure that you don't go into the oversized category. So the oversized category determines that if you go over 18 inches by 14 inches by 9 inches, you will be in the oversized category and you will be charged a fair amount of money to actually store your product in Amazon FBA's warehouse. You'll also be charged a lot for pick, pack and delivery of that product. Now, the second thing, this is going to be obvious to you, but I'm going to state it and I'm also going to give you the details of it as well. You need to make sure your product is light. Now, if you were able to keep your product really, really light, it means your shipping costs will be extremely low. So that means when you're restocking and you're constantly managing your inventory throughout the year, you're able to actually send in stock without having to worry about the price of shipping. Because as the price of shipping generally tends to increase over time, oil price increases, which means shipping prices increase. It will affect your business if your product is really heavy. But if it's light, and the prices go up, it will barely affect your business and you won't even feel it. So the weight that you really need to understand is that you ideally want to keep your product less than 2 pounds. Now, if you're struggling to find products, again, you need to make sure that your products don't go anything over 5 pounds in weight. So ideally you want to keep it at 2 pounds or less, but if you have to, the maximum you should go to is 5 pounds. You can go a little bit more, which is okay, but just be aware that you're going to be charged a lot more in shipping because the weight of the product tends to add up. So if you imagine 5 times 1,000 products becomes 5,000 pounds in weight that you're trying to ship to Amazon USA. Well, the third best thing to sell on Amazon FBA in 2019, well, it's not actually the best thing to sell. It's something you should avoid. Well, make sure you avoid selling clothing. Clothing tends to be really difficult when it comes to sizes. So as you can imagine, if you went out to the store, you'd usually find it quite difficult to find the size that you're looking for. Or at least when you first went out shopping anyway. But generally, most people find it difficult to find the size that they are looking for. And you will get a lot of costs coming in for returns and exchanges. So you'd have to start making variations as well of this specific product, this clothing. You'd have to make a small, medium and large. And you'd have to invest a lot more money to test and trial the market to see if you're right or if you're wrong, which is a higher risk. So I would try and steer clear of clothing. Now, the fourth best thing to sell on Amazon FBA in 2019 is not necessarily the best thing. I don't know why I've called it that, but the thing that you need to try and avoid is electrical products. Now, electrical products have a high rate of return. Not to mention the amount of competition that is out there for electrical products. Obviously, there is a way you can come in and compete in the electrical market, but as a beginner, as somebody who's just starting out, who's just launching their first product, the second product or the third product, you should try and keep away from electrical products. Now, if you go into some of the new electrical products that people are releasing, so if you went and checked out a USB converter, for instance, you will find that the reviews are very, very low, and it's highly unlikely that people are going to continue to buy. Now, even as a buyer myself, when I go and buy products, it's really difficult to buy electrical products that I can see where there's really high reviews and I'm really comfortable in just going and buying that specific product. So try and stay away from electrical products. It's a high rate of return, so you don't want that. It's going to cost you a lot more money to just test that market again as a beginner. If you did want to go into electricals, you need to make sure that you're an absolute specialist in this market. You need to live and breathe electrical products. You need to make sure that your inspection is up to scratch and that you're inspecting the products in the right way. It becomes a lot more intricate and difficult to make sure that you're testing these products correctly. Now, number 5, best things. I should change the title of this video, but try not to sell glass products. And the reason I say not to sell glass products is because they are extremely fragile. In fact, let's call this no fragile products. Because when you're shipping this product over from, let's say, China going over to the USA, and something happens on the ship, you know, it's not packed properly, for instance, and it breaks and it arrives at Amazon's warehouse, they are unlikely to accept your product. They're going to tell you it's broken and you won't receive any money back whatsoever. So try and keep away from those fragile products. And if in case the product hit an iceberg and the ship didn't sink and arrived in the US,
iceberg right ahead! It's gonna hit!
your products are likely to be hit and they're likely to be damaged when they arrive to Amazon FBA's warehouse. Not even that, if it manages to arrive at Amazon FBA's warehouse and you've packed it correctly, imagine when the customer orders the product and it gets sent straight over to their house, their home, but the delivery driver decides to throw it around and not take care of it and not read the fragile signs that are on the box. This will damage the product, the customer won't be happy, and then you will get bad reviews and no one will buy it again from you. So try and keep away from fragile products as a new person on Amazon FBA. Was this video useful to you? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you like and subscribe the button. Now don't go just yet. Make sure you watch the next video, which is how to start Amazon FBA with a little amount of money. I'll put a link in the description, which is on, yes, this side. So I will see you there. Bye.